All right, what's up, all my League Zero party people, and welcome to the grand finals for the Expert Division of Season 3 League Zero. I will be casting this match between the Chengdu Chads and the San Francisco Glock with my boy Corey, or Ono Potato. What's up?
Welcome, welcome. This is going to be a good match between two really good teams. Obviously, they made it to the finals, so just hoping it's going to be a good match.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, it's really all going to come down to one factor. Are the teams going to try? I mean, it's been a very common theme throughout Expert, especially with recent matches of teams not giving their A game and kind of going into it with the more fun in mind than actually achieving victory. So it's really going to come down to how much the teams want it today. I think whichever team comes into it with the mentality of winning League Zero will come out of it with the victory. Whoever wants it more today, in my opinion.
Yeah, actually, I've been hearing some things from unnamed sources that the Glock they've been trying a little bit coming into this. I've heard they might have even had a few scrims, so I think they might be wanting this. And the Chads, I mean, against Newt was kind of messing around in that game, but it seemed like the Chads were also messing around, but they kind of had like a reserved mentality. They were messing around, but still winning the maps. Like they didn't want to lose any maps, but they still wanted to have some fun.
Yeah, that's a good mentality to have. Obviously, you have your seriousness aside, but you can have a little bit of fun if the other team is allowing it. But today, I think it's going to be all seriousness. I think it's going to be two teams that can show their worth and can prove their worth today, right here, right now.
Yeah, and I think that these are the two best teams. Obviously, Newts at the beginning was thought to be a good team, but it seemed like there were some problems with wanting it. And that's a big thing. It's not just about the skill you have. It's about wanting to win and applying that skill and trying, to win the games. Because if you go into a game not trying to win, even if you're the best players in the world, you could still lose to worse players.
That is very true, and that's evident very recently in this league, actually. So it's going to be exciting to see for sure here. I believe the first map is going to be Lijiang Tower. So is that right? Production? I think that's right. But going into Lijiang, there's a lot of different comps you can run, honestly. So Corey, I know you're pretty much an expert on that, as you are the head coach of Gorilla Grip Gaming. So I want to know your thought process going into this of what we could see here in Lijiang.
First off, I'd like to say that we have rebranded to No Evil, so let's get that out of the way. If you want to,
for sure.
support us, it's No Evil, not Gorilla Grip. But I'm expecting, honestly, a lot of ball sig in this. We saw with the Chads last week. We saw a lot of ball sig, and the Glock. I'm sure that they want Pascal on Zen, and you play the Zen with that comp. So I'm sure that on at least Night Market and Garden, we're going to be seeing a variant of ball sig with a Zen. Could have Brig, could have Mercy, depending on what DPS you're running. But then what I'm excited for is Control Center, because that map has always been a map in Overwatch where the Rhine just comes out. Like, I'm sure even at the highest level of play, sometimes Rhine isn't the most meta hero, and sometimes they play other things. But here, I would be shocked if we didn't see a Reinhardt on Control Center.
Yeah, me too. I mean, especially with the main tanks that we have in. We got Joshua and Matthew both love playing that Reinhardt here. But on Night Market, I don't think that's going to be very optimal. I'm going to have to go with what you were saying. The ball sig might just be the optimal play here. But we will see right now. Oh, wow.
Oh, I guess we were... Well, obviously they could change, but from what it's looking like right now, we're going to be having Sim TP coming out from the side of the Glock with a kind of bunker brawl on the point. They want to stay on the point, have the other team come to them, while the side of the Chads are actually looking to do a little more of a poke comp, stay outside of the point. Well, they did swap over to the Sims, so it looks like they might be trying to... They might just be TPing out of spawn.
Yeah, I'm assuming Bunch going to TP out of spawn and swap here, which is the smart play to do. But look at Glock's comp. They're going to be running the classic Sim TP to point here, and it's going to be very, very hard for the Chengdu Chads to actually overcome this, as we already see very early here that the Glock are going to be going to the backside of the point here. Nice pull rock combo coming out on a Nova, building up the early ult charges. They're pushing into the point for the Chads.
Strong off angle coming out from the DPS of the Chads, though. You saw Zira getting a bunch of sticky bombs in there. Bun forced out the recall, but he's just trying to pester them, get the resources out so that his team can push in.
Yeah, and speaking of pushing in, here they come. Glock are coming in with the Immortality Field, already down early here. Jazza will take down the other one. No Immortality Fields online, but look at that! window here already from Pascal, and that's going to pretty much deny point entry for the Chads here. But Zira, as I say that, gets the pick on a Pascal. That should be the opener, especially with Opioid taking down his counterpart, and it's looking all red in the kill feed here for the first take for Chengdu Chads.
Great play by Zira there to take out Pascal. Pascal builds up the window because of the constant poking from the side of the Chads. He gets that window up, but Zira just gets the assassination onto Pascal before they can get too much value out of that, and the sustain from that comp is basically gone. The Chads can just kind of poke in and take him down easily.
Yeah, and if you think about that, that's such the key pick. That's exactly what they needed for the side of Chengdu. The support already down with the immortality and the window online is just so important to take him down. And now we see so many ultimates online for the side of Chengdu. And as I say that, they're going to be opting to use both of them. Copy, Sigma, online. Shatter comes down, takes down 3 from Joshua. Copy online is now not a thing anymore, especially with the immortality field going down. We do have Glacial in the backline trying to take down Genie, and he's going to be successful with it. And as I say that, everybody drops for the side of Chengdu here.
Nice rotation by the side of the Glock. They go on the coast side, actually, which you don't usually think about, but the other team doesn't have anything that can really boop you, and they're playing main. You get to the point, they have to come to you. Joshua gets a huge shatter, and the Chads use 3 ults there. They're going to have the other 3 online, but I mean, the side of the Glock, they don't have too many ults online, but they only had to use 1 to secure that team fight.
Yeah, that shatter is absolutely massive, completely negating the copy from Zira here. He will be close to another one just due to how fast you can build that ultimate up online. But I need to see these tank ults from Chengdu, and I need to see them now. But right as I say that, the opening trigger from Nova will be pressed, forcing out both Trans and Immortality Field. That's not what you want from the side of Chengdu. Stabilizing will be OP with the Flux, but it gets stunned! Jazza with the clutch hero play. He does get taken down, but that will negate the Flux, and the B-drop should secure this fight win for the side of Glock here, thanks to Jepic's B-drop.
Maybe, you know, the B-drop and the shatter come out late. Maybe you could have saved one of those, but the big play there was actually a misplay by the side of the Chads. You mentioned it. They used the Immortality Field and the Transcendence for the Sig ult, and then the other team could just come in and they don't really have anything to worry about in the terms of keeping the other team alive, and they use their own, like, they use their own Sig ult, get stunned. Or the Chads use their Sig ult, sorry, and get stunned. Big play.
And an early aggressive play here coming out. The whole window fire strike combo is going to be good on the Genie here. Both supports down for the side of Chengdu, and they are just bleeding out on his backside of the market here. OP hanging on a dear life, and he will be taken down. These are just complete staggers coming through, which is not what you want to see if you are a Chengdu Chads fan.
Great plays here by the Glock, taking the aggression. They use their ultimates first, just catch the Chads completely off guard, the pull fire strike. The other team has a Sigma to eat it, but they just use it so fast the other team isn't prepared and in position to counter that. Yeah,
and now with the ultimates online for the side of Glock, it's not even going to matter as the boop comes through onto Matthew, negating the touch perfectly. And that's going to be a 1-0 early lead, pretty dominant from the side of Glock.
Yeah, I'm really liking the aggression I'm seeing from Glock. Like, in the one fight where they use Shatter and Beat, they like to use ultimates. Obviously, that might not have been the ideal situation, but they're using a lot of ultimates, using them early, using them often, and catching Chengdu off guard before they can, you know, keep their ground.
Yeah, and now we're back on a night market, which you did say you would want to see the ball sig here, and I don't disagree, but you know how Matthew loves that Orisa compared to the ball here. So we're going to be seeing that composition come online once again. I mean, it did have early success on the point of night market, but slowly it began to struggle. Oh, never mind. We're going back onto the ball, like I said. That's obviously the right move, I think, here.
Yeah, you saw Genie click the Zen and then back to the BAP. It seemed like he really wanted to play the Zen here. I think he might have convinced his team. So I'm happy with that because, you know, the ball sig mirror is really fun to see because it's really a test of the synergy between your tank and your DPS. And yeah, can't really talk about the synergy there.
That's what you call overstaying your welcome, as the early advantage will be in favor of Glock. I mean, it's a nice pick, but all Chengdu needs to do right here is just GTFO, as the cool kids would say. First cap should come through unless Zira's opting to touch. Obviously not. That's a smart play. And now we just got a bit of poke going on from both sides. You see OP rotating around in the left room here.
Yeah, with the early death, at least they're back before the point gets too much percentage on it, and the ultimates aren't looking too bad on the side of Chads, besides Joshua having so much more ball ult charge.
Yeah, and speaking of Joshua, he's just harassing the backline right now. Adam looking to stun him, and he does just that in the backline here, forcing out his shields. He's already pretty low, but he is close to the minefield as both Sigmas are mirroring the point presence, and bang, just like that, a huge slam takes down Pascal, and that's the opener for the side of Chengdu as Zira, once again taking down Nova with the sticky bombs. Is exactly what you want to see from your Echo here, and this point should flip very soon for the side of Chengdu.
You know, obviously, Pascal, an amazing player, probably the best to come out of League Zero in some time. So I'm not going to question his pick, but I would like to see a stun for that ball. It seems like Matthew, if he plays his cards right, he can just kind of have constant harassment on their backline.
Yeah, I mean, it's really the tale of two comps here. We got the Ashe Mercy with the Echo coming on for the side of Glock. That's going to be more spammy compared to the Brig Zen comp with the Tracer, which is opting for a little more aggression here. You got the rally, you got the Tracer harassing the backline, which is exactly what Bun's doing right here on the left side. You see, he's rotating, looking for an early pulse bomb here. Could be a complete nuisance, but I don't think he's going to get that opportunity. It's not going to come through online in time. It's 2 picks already for the side of Glock. Adam trying to stabilize here with the rally, and he might do just that. The res coming up from Jepic to be forced, and he will get it off with a bomb. That might just be what it needs, and that finds 2. That's the perfect opportunity for Glock to take this point here, especially forcing out Bun's recall here. This is not looking good for the side of Chengdu, and as I say that is exactly what's going to be happening here as Glock will find their way into the objective.
It was a great opener by Joshua, taking out the Zen on the other side before he even had a chance to react. You know, they had the Brig, now they have the Mercy, they had the Brig and the Sig, but Joshua just sneaks in and takes before they can even notice.
Yeah, great engage from the Wrecking Ball from the side of Glock, and a great finishing Bob online there. That was really clutch, enabling his team to win that fight. And now what I want to see here is I want to see how both teams use their copy here. That could be very key in winning the objective. But you see Joshua already very low in the back here. Glacial winning that duel, not even going to be able to see Zier's copy online. Nova is going to be pressing the go button, forcing out the Transcendence here. Absolute mayhem on the point here. Matthew opening up with 2 picks. This is perfect for the side of Chengdu. The copy flex will be online. I don't know if it's going to be finding anything. Opie, down into the pit he goes. As I say that, Glacial, you are one madman with that flux there. And both supports are going to be desperate here as they get slammed up into the air by Joshua. This could be the final fight for the Glock. The minefield might not have been necessary, but it will be a finisher here. Bun trying to recontest here with the pulse bomb. Might be a little late though.
He recalls into mines. You see there, the Chengdu Chads, the Trans looked like it was going to win it all, but then some big plays on the side of Glacial, taking out Opie, throwing him off the map, turning the fight for them.
Yeah, now Joshua trying to contest the point here so it does not flip, and he's going to get taken down for that. Overstaying is welcome once again here, and Zira on the point is so low thanks to the window dynamite, and yep, that'll take him down. Beautifully executed from Jazza. He knows exactly what to do with these support pockets, and he's utilizing them to the fullest potential as he finds 3 in this fight. Bob on the point is not going to be able to find any damage, but in a way that's good because that means that the rest of the Chengdu are dead, and then a 1-0 lead will come through for Glock on the 2-0 on Lijiang Tower.
You know, you could call that a little bit of a cast your curse. I was criticizing their comp a little bit, and Pascal just proved me wrong, shows why he's such a good player in this league and in the game in general, making BAP work there even against the kind of dive comp that is coming out.
Yeah, and there you go. There's the Fire Strike combo. I didn't mean to say pull. I meant to say speed boost there because they did not actually have the Orisa, so I apologize for that earlier. But, you know, same thing applies. It's same principle, you could say. But very nice plays coming out from Glock. I really like the synergy that I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, and with the going back to that play, that's just showing that they're able to get these plays and set them up at the right time, because without the pull, you have to be a lot more precise with when you use the window fire strike combo. So having players like Joshua and Pascal doing that combo, you know, you can't really think of too many other people you would want in this league to do a combo like that. So hats off to them.
Yeah, and now we're going to see how Chengdu comes back into this series. I mean, obviously, it's only been the first map, which is fine, you know, warm-up map, you could say, but it was very dominant from Glock. They looked like they were firing on all cylinders and knew exactly how they wanted to achieve victory, and depending on the hybrid pick that they run here, we're going to have to see what they elect to do. It's Kings, Eichenwald, or Hollywood here.
Yeah, and I think that we saw a little bit of dominance from Glock on that map. Obviously, Chad's won some maps, so it's not like Glock is just that much better. And even going into another map type like hybrid, control is more of like the individual skill, like big play mode, where one big play could honestly almost win you around. Like 2 big plays win you around, 1 big play could get you 50% of the point. So going into these other maps is going to be a lot more telling of the team that has the better teamwork and the better skill.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. As you saw, like the DPS on Glock were getting massive value. Glacial with his copies, Jazza with the dynamite, just getting so much damage in. The Ashe pick was working wonders, and Jepic being able to stabilize both his DPS with the Mercy pocket worked very well for the side of Glock there.
Yeah, and I think like we should talk about. We actually have some, some previous finalists, previous champions even in this lobby on either team. We have Zira on the Chads and we have Jepic on the Glock, both Season 2 champions with Flushed.
Yeah, I would kill to be a champion. Obviously, that's awesome. But we're gonna be going into Hollywood here, and honestly, this is probably one of those double shield maps. I would agree with you on that. I think, right?
Yeah, 100%. I think at least the first point, it's a really hard choke to push through. To have that double shield on the high ground, just raining down on the other team, it's really hard to get through that initial choke. And then every point, it just seems like double shield it's kind of built for double shield. You can play other comps, but first point, especially on defense and on offense, I feel like you need to kind of match it. But defense is just so good for double shield.
Yeah, the defense works out perfectly here for the double shield. You have so much high ground control with your Sigma, and your Orisa can lock down the objective. Both with Immortality Field, you could have a Mercy Pocket as well for your DPS. You could run the Tracer, you could run the Echo. Just anything with the double shield can be very, very beneficial for the side of the defensive side. And like you said, mirroring it is probably the best option for the attack. They could elect to run the ball, but it'd be very hard for that to find value, especially if, Chengdu, Glock is looking to shut that down.
Yeah, I think that if you were to have any team that would be able to pull off the ball, it would be either of these teams. It seems like Joshua and Matthew have showed their prowess on the ball in the past round, and I think that they could get it done if anybody could.
I couldn't agree more. Both very good on the ball here, but it's gonna look like, oh, you see the thing on the defensive side. It's a sight to see the Joshua Roadhog. He loves to run it here. I've seen his highlights here on it before. The defensive Roadhog here has worked wonders for the side of Glock. So I can't bash them for running it here. It's gonna be interesting to see against a double shield comp.
Yeah, it's really a sight to see. In the past, finals, you haven't really seen too much of the Hog in advanced, intermediate, and now we're seeing the Hog Sig, which was meta actually in the Overwatch League Grand Finals and has been good, but it's kind of been overshadowed by other comps with Ball and Orisa, but I think it can still be pulled off pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to come down to the amount of spam damage the side of Chengdu is going to be able to input. Obviously, with only having one shield and a Roadhog, they do have some pretty squishy backlines, especially if they can allow for the spam to come out for the side of Chengdu here. Early Dynamite with the Mercy damage boost will elect for 23 ult percentage for Jazza here. Just so quick to a bob, I'm sure. As you see, Joshua on the left side of cameras here, trying to get a big pick here. It's going to be hard, like I said, with the double shield. So much shielding available.
Yeah, the big thing we see with this comp is, Joshua gets a big hook. I was just about to say, Joshua's playing more of the off angle. Jazz is just taking down 2. Looks like Glock is going to be taking this fight pretty handily. They just sandwich the side of Chads.
I want to highlight something right there. As the rotation was coming through, another Mercy damage boosted Dynamite was online for Jazza. Already has his bob here because of that. And once that happened, that forced the shielding from both Matthew and Opie to fall, allowing for Joshua to get a massive hook onto the Sigma of Chengdu. So they can keep getting these rotation picks. That'll be massive for their composition.
And it looks like they're actually going to be matching the Mercy Zen on the side of Chads to try to just get the Discord damage that they need.
Yeah, now we see the Discord Orb coming out on the Matthew. He's going to be taking so much damage here in cameras, just trying to sustain any little bit of damage that he can. But with the Mercy Zen with the double shield, that's a little bit awkward in my opinion. You'd love to see the Baptiste here for the Immortality Field for rotations, but that's not going to be available as Jazza inputs the Bob into the backline. Bun will take him down though, but Pascal finds his Zenyatta. Pick for pick on both counterparts here. But Bun finds him again. That's 2 picks at once for Bun. And the Transcendence is going to be forced out here just to sustain any little bit longer. And that might honestly work as OP falls thanks to Nova's Rock here. Joshua's hook not going to be able to be found here in Zero with the damage boost. It's going to get so much damage on the Pascal, and it's going to allow him to get the pick. So many trades here coming out, but it's going to work for the defensive side better.
Like the offense is actually going to be coming back in here. It's only the tanks on point, the Mercy close behind with the Ashe. They're going to be investing the Valk to just come back in, try to finish off these picks that they already, they already got so many picks, they just need to get a few more.
Yeah, I would be lying if I said that was a good Bob, though. He missed the objective there, which is very tragic and unfortunate for what she wanted, but the point control now in favor of Chengdu, and unless this Flux can get big value, I don't think it's going to matter here. The Trans could just win it right here, but Glacial, we've seen what he can do with copies before. Not going to be able to find it here, though. Transcendence with the Bongo combo. Going to be getting so much damage for the side of Chengdu. There's no way they lose this fight, especially with the grass being forced out here. And unless they can touch the point, it's all over.
was a lot more ultimates than I would have thought I would see in a fight like that. It looked like the side of the Glock were about to lose that, and then they invest, I think, 2 more ultimates. The side of Chad's invest, I think, 2 or 3 more ultimates, and you know, it looked like Chad's is going to win that fight. Teams trade ults. I don't see it as that much of a bad play from Glock, as they already knew they were going to lose. Use an ult, get an ult, use an ult, get an ult. And I think you see on that point that the Roadhog, if the Roadhog can't get that much value early in the fight, there's a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, Whole Hog is not exactly one of the best ultimates, so he's going to have to find great value with it here if he wants to make the pick work here. That's going to be almost impossible. I mean, you see 5 members of Chengdu just chilling on the high ground with double shield. Zero, the lone pusher of card here. It's going to be so hard for the Glock to push onto this objective, especially with the copy coming online. Are we going to be seeing a double flux here? I think so. Nova stunning it out, though, and Glacial finds the final pick onto Opie. No double flux online, and Joshua is going to use that as the opening key with his Whole Hog, just getting everybody off the high ground. Falk will be forced from Adam here, looking to res up his team, and Bund with the Bob, missing once again. It's just completely useless here, and unless they can get early card presence, Joshua on the high ground is going to find so much value.
Yeah, you see the res comes back onto Jazza. Bund takes him down early, but it just seems like Glock is going to take this fight. That Bob could have been the turning point. Joshua hits another hook, and Jazza finishes it off, and it looks like Chads are going to be backing up. I mean, we see Bund miss 2 Bobs in a fight, which, I mean, you could say it's unlucky. I would never say that. I would think that Bund would miss 2 in a row, so I don't think he'll miss another one, but they've proven very costly.
Yeah, they do say 3rd time's a charm, but to get value with ultimates, you have to actually hit them here. But Glacial will have his copy online here, looking to get a bit more value with it than he did the previous time. As you see Chengdu trying to opt to take the high ground, but Matthew getting pulled up to it on his own with the hook, and Zira is going to get the pick. 2 echo beams coming out for picks here. Jazz's Bob already falling early here, and unless Pascal can stabilize here with some picks of his own, I think this might just go onto the side of Chengdu. But no, I'm wrong. The copy should actually open this up here as Jazza finds 2.
I'm thinking that the side of Chads, they want to use the Bongo, obviously. I think they might want to change out that Orisa, because Joshua, he's just, you know, he stays alive. That Orisa doesn't really seem like she's shielding that much as, you know, the side of Glock. Joshua's just walking around without a problem, getting these hooks from behind, even if they go like a ball or something. I just don't know. The Orisa just seems like it's way too much damage to be taken.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you. I honestly wouldn't mind seeing the bulb come out and play here. And the pull hook combo is not exactly ideal here, but it does work. You see, instead of the pull, they use the gravitic flux, and it's going to work for a kill on the Bund there.
It's just, I don't think I've seen him miss 1 hook yet.
Yeah.
He's just hitting everything. He's on fire this map.
That was a very good combo there. It almost seemed like it was indirect, but it worked out perfectly. The flux in rotation combined with the hook is almost perfect there. And now, I want you to look at the ultimates here. So many online for the side of Chengdu. If they're going to win a fight, it better be now.
Yeah, you know, they've been trying to get this high ground a lot from the Glock. I think at some point you just have to, you know, give it over to them. You can't try to take it, and that looks like that's what they're going to be doing here as they go to card.
The rock connecting on the Valkyrie Mercy. It won't get any kills, but that was very flashy here. Zero will find his counterpart, and will copy the Bob, or sorry,
switches to his main Ash.
Yeah, I honestly don't know if that was intentional. I would have rather copied a tank there as he's getting taken down there. Pascal with the Transcendence to counter the Bob in the backline. But Genie with the counter trends, that means that he will get it before, and that's going to be perfect there for the side of the sustain for Chengdu. And the flux in this little room, he gets it taken down before he can use it. And this might just be the end of the road for Chengdu here as Chazza finds 4. Wow.
I think you just see the momentum coming out from Glock with Joshua on the Hog. It seems like he's really feeling it. I know that Joshua likes Roadhog, and on a map like Hollywood, you know, the Overwatch League Grand Finals, the last point where Super whole hogs him off the map, I saw a moment like that of Joshua. I feel like he's just emulating Super, his favorite player.
Yeah, Joshua doing absolute wonders on the Roadhog. The pick working out greatly. And the thing they have to remember is this was Chengdu's map pick, and you gotta wonder, they didn't do the best there with it.
Yeah, it seems like they kind of half-switched their comp, because when you think of Double Shield, you always think of having a Baptiste. There are moments, obviously, where you can play other things, but the Baptiste is almost always a staple of it. And to stay on the Orisa Sigma comp with a Mercy Zen, you got to be thinking if Chengdu should have swapped their comp up there.
Yeah, I mean, this goes along with what I was saying before. I mean, with the double shield, you're going to need the immortality for rotations, especially with such a pick comp that the Glock was running on the defense there. Just so much value with spam damage, and the immortality field is just lacking for the side of Chengdu, and I think that really was a reason why they struggled a bit on their attack there.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Matthew's Roadhog. I've never seen him play it, but I think that it could have been, you know, even if it's not his greatest hero, just having that, like, because, you know, Joshua, when he's on the off angle, people are scared of him. After those first few fights, he got so many kills, people are always checking their corners for Joshua. If Matthew can do that same thing, even if it's like playing Widow against a Widow, even if you're not the better Widow, you deny the angles that the Widow can take because of just existing.
Yeah, they do say when in doubt, mere comps here, and Glacial already dropping so low, almost gets found out with the dynamite here. You see the ball will be online for the side of Chengdu, just looking to get any bit of mayhem in the backline. And Zero on the Tracer, on the right side Mega here, will be trying to do just that. Into the backline he goes with the slam coming up from Matthew. You see right there, that's exactly what I was talking about. The Chengdu is lacking the immortality field for the rotation. Now, they already have the high ground here.
Bun does take out Glacial, though, in rotation, and
Oh
Jazza takes out Zero on the Tracer. Glock is kind of just bottled up in this top area right now, being able to be spammed at will.
Yeah, that one tap from Jazza onto the Zero Tracer was just so clutch here. And it's up to Matthew in the backline here to cause any bit of reckless he can. And right there, he rolls through on a Nova, forcing him out of position. And that's going to allow Bun to get the damage onto Jazza to the pick. And now that will force out the res here, but still, Bun finds him again! He has his number this matchup, but the early window is looking to maybe get into this fight again, and Matthew will get picked out there, so this is a bit even here. Oh, but the pulls will force out Immo. No Immo online for Chengdu, or sorry, for the Glock here, as they start pushing the objective.
Bun takes out Pascal, it's just the Mercy and the Sigma. Now just the lone Sigma on point, trying to take out Bun, but he can't. And we're just seeing Bun have a field day right now, taking out Glacial as I'm saying it.
Yeah, this is just Bun versus the world right now. So much damage coming online from him, and he already has his Bob compared to Jazza only being 60%. He is doing absolute magic on that hero so far, on their defense. And already halfway done, the clock is just ticking out here very fast.
Yeah, that was a long fight, and I'd like to give a shout out to Matthew on the ball. I mean, he's been doing wonders on the ball, and even just existing forces the Glock to play a different way. You see it forces Joshua onto ball, and he was just causing a ruckus in the backline. Yeah,
ruckus and both here, and he already will have the mines. In fact, 5 ultimates online for Chengdu. One of them will be forced out early here. Solo play Transcendence is not what you want to see. But Bun hoping to equalize it with the pick on a Jazza. Glacial will find in the backline Matthew, but Bun's Bob takes down 2. He is just absolutely carrying this defense 3 with the Bob there.
Like Bun was taking notes of what Jazza was doing on their offense. Looked like Jazza was doing a lot on the defense, sorry, of Glock, and now Bun is emulating that. We know both of them very proficient at the sniper heroes, and Bun is just responding back very well.
Yeah, ultimates will finally be in favor of the Glock here, so like I said on the defense, if there's any fight they're gonna win, it should be here, especially with both DPS ultimates online. Joshua looking to open things up with the slam engage, getting very close to his minefield here. But Zira with a pick on the Glacial with the pulse. Are you kidding me? You're absolutely nasty on the Tracer here. But Nova getting 2 picks here, just trading. Like, this is crazy. Just pick after pick should favor the defensive side here. But with Joshua on the point and Pascal finding 2, I stand corrected.
Oh, Genie takes out Glacial and then trades his own life for it. Speaking of Genie, you see the play that Joshua made in the fight before, forcing out Genie's trance, and then the Flux coming in and winning the fight for the side of Glock. That play by Joshua solely won them that point, forcing out the trance and forcing them to take that Flux, you know, try to take it and eventually die.
You gotta think, right? Like, you do have a ball on you and you do have the trans available, but is your death in vain if you don't use the Transcendence? You do have the Mercy Resurrection online if it's needed. And now, the opening key will be from OP using his Flux, actually gonna get rocked, so, and he's dead. So, never mind that, but Matthew in the backline taking so much heavy damage, and he's discorded dead. And now with Glacial's Flux coming online in the copy, it will allow for Chepik to actually pick off Adam. That's a full team wipe for the side of Glock, and they might just cap it right here.
A great engagement, Joshua with the minefield and then Glacial with the copy onto the high ground. You see it, I think that might have even forced out OP's Flux because he might not have wanted to use it as early.
Yeah, Desperation Touch will be coming out from Matthew with the minefield. Bob in the backline will just get so much damage, and now it's up to Opie, the lone man on the objective. It's not going to be very long, though, as Zira finds two, actually, and the Transcendence could stabilize this. But we have to look at Pascal on the high ground, just getting so much pressure in. But Zira, he wants to turn this with 3 picks, and the hero play from the Tracer on the side of Glock will, Chengdu will single-handedly turn this point back in the favor.
Zira? I think Zira got 5 there. Pascal might have gotten 3 or 4 as well. But you see the high-value stick that Zira got, killing the Sig and the Mercy, denying the res and taking out a beefy tank.
Yeah, but Joshua does not care about that fact. In fact, both tanks don't care as they're on the objective early here. Big dynamite coming out from Bun, holding them off for the time being.
Yeah, you see Chengdu's just trying to get, like, Genie's just walking back right now. They're trying to get their players back. Glock's trying to get their players back. Zira with another pulse bomb after using it mid-fight last fight. You see the amount of value he's able to get there. And it's just 2 Sigmas dueling on point right now.
Yeah, but I gotta think that this is Glock's fight to win. Flux will find 2 in the backline. No Transcendence available. And they're just bleeding out on the objective here. Only 1 meter to go here, and that's going to be it. Glock with the commanding 2-0 lead here after Chengdu's own map pick.
Yeah, you see, the problem with those, like, intense fights where you have to go in and stall, eventually they win it. Zira kills a bunch. But you have to realize how many ults they use there, and how many ults that Glock were able to come back in with. So it's like, they win that fight at the expense of trading their ability to win the next fight. So they obviously have to win the fight that they use a bunch of ults in, but then, in turn, they don't have enough to win the next fight.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that they even won that fight was a miracle itself, let alone how many ults they needed to use. Both Transcendence and Pulse were forced at the very end for Chengdu in that miracle desperation. So, really easy for Chengdu for Glock to just come into that quickly with the victory. And now the 2-0 lead here, it's looking desperate, honestly. If you are a Chengdu fan, just they don't seem to have the answer for the compositions that Glock is pulling out.
I will say that they have been improved. They improved throughout the map on Hollywood. You saw their offense. They swapped their comp right away to a Mercy Zen, eventually took the first point, weren't able to push it that far. On defense, they swap out the Orisa for a ball instead, and I think it just worked about 5 times better, because you don't have that Orisa as basically, it's like, you know how people always call Roadhog an alt battery, but Orisa is basically an alt battery without the healing and the pick potential that Roadhog has.
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to see the Baptiste come online for the attack phase there for the side of Chads, and just was not there. So you got to wonder what could have happened there, but that's in the past right now. And we're going to be moving on to the next map, which is going to be Escort, which is either Watchpoint, Gibraltar, Dorado, or Rialto. So definitely a lot of spam potential for all of those maps.
Yeah, you know, I think this Escort pool, you couldn't go wrong with any of them. Like, these are all maps that I personally enjoy to watch and play. So I'm excited to see what the Chads pick here.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting. I do see them potentially picking Rialto here. Yeah, they're going to pick Rialto, which I think is in favor of them. You know, you could run the double shield, but you can also run the ball. So definitely a lot of options for them here going into the 3rd map of the series.
Yeah, with a map that has as many options as this one does, you just hope they pick the right option. Because we've seen, like, Bun popping off, Zira popping off. We've seen Matthew on the ball doing work. Genie has been getting a lot of kills on Zen. Adam on the Mercy staying alive. Opie getting some high-value fluxes and kills. You just have to see it all come together on the right comp in the right play style.
Yeah, and that might just have to be what we see here. If they go down 0-3, that might just be it. I don't know if I can see them coming back from that, but if anything, this is their map to win. I feel like this map so far has favored them the best in what they want to run.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. Again, like, they could run the double shield. I'd like to see them run the double shield with the Baptiste this time, because obviously it could be out of my realm of understanding why they want to run that comp, but when I see a Orisa Sig comp, I just think you need sustain, because you want to outpoke the other team. You want to outsustain the other team. And yeah, that just didn't happen with the Mercy Zen.
It's all about either if you want to poke or if you want to more sustain, because if you have the poke, you're looking for heavy damage output, but it's very squishy. Like, you have the Mercy and the Zen in the backline, and a ball could easily take them down if they do it correctly. And now you see basically what we expected here. The ball Sig from both sides with the Mercy Zen.
mean, actually, you see Nova on the Zarya. I'm sure he's not gonna switch to Sigma or anything. But yeah, interesting to see the Pharah. I doubt that's gonna stay. You know, it would be great for them to pick the actual heroes they're gonna play, but I'm assuming it's gonna be Ashe Echo or Ashe Tracer on both sides with the ball sick.
Yeah,
I don't think you play the Pharah with the Mercy Zen.
Something tells me Bun will not be playing Pharah, but you know, who knows? Yeah, I did not expect that to be pulled out. Maybe if they're down 0-3, he just might. But for now, he's going to be sticking onto the Ashe. And now we have a mirror composition coming out from both teams, which is the first time I think we've seen this. Maybe not. Maybe on Lijiang, but it's very interesting to see it coming out on this map in particular.
Yeah, I think that both teams have potential to win this matchup. You saw it on Hollywood. That defense, like the defense for Chengdu, was a very close fight.
Yeah, Zera already pressuring out Garden here, and he's going to be forced out with the recall, so he's got to get out immediately, or else he's just going to be taken down by Pascal with the Nova on the high ground. That's not something you want to see if you're on Chengdu. That's a scary sight.
Yeah, oh, we see Bun take out Jazza. The res comes out, but now that's kind of the go button for the side of Chengdu, as Zera also takes out Jepic. The recall is forced out. Zera takes out Jazza. Pascal takes out Matthew, but it looks like the side of Chengdu is coming out on top in this fight. The res forced out, the Mercy falls soon after.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you need to do with that comp. Just a perfect ball engage slam with the Zera follow-up. That's what you need to do almost every fight if you want to have success with this comp. The Tracer putting in work here. As the cart is getting closer and closer to the first checkpoint here, the contest will come through. Nova in the backline here, actually stunning out OP, and now all of Chengdu is forced back, but Joshua is the one that falls, surprisingly, and Bun finding 2 already early in this fight. That should open up the point here for the first capture.
I think we're seeing, as Bun takes out another, Nova resets, Bun takes out another, we're seeing what we have always expected from the Chengdu Chads. The 2 DPS from No Evil, you know, they can only have 2 Contenders Trials plus players, so they have the 2 on DPS, and it's really showing now as those players are really, they're taking Chengdu back into this match, what seemed like a very steep hill to climb. They're coming back slowly but surely with the help of their DPS.
Yeah, so far they're executing their composition perfectly here. As I say that though, Genie will fall, but the pulse bomb in the backline will take down Jazza and actually force out Trans. That's exactly what you want from a pulse bomb, you know. Not exactly like a guaranteed 5k with a pulse bomb, but if you can force out a pick and a Transcendence, that's perfect. But Jazza will take him down with a clean headshot there.
Yeah, we're seeing and as I talk about the DPS from one side, the DPS from the other side are showing out. I think we're really seeing a DPS battle in this match. Like, I mean, obviously it's always a DPS battle, but especially in this match, it seems like the 2 DPS lines are very, very good, and we're just seeing back and forth between them. It's just going to be, honestly, I think it's going to be telling of whoever wins this is going to be the better tanks and better supports, as the DPS seem to be going very back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, so far this map, it's been whoever's DPS can get more picks here. As you see Matthew with the big slam engage in the backline, and that's going to be OPO's time to flux. Will not be stunned out of it, thankfully. But in the backline, like you said, the DPS find their both counterparts. And that's going to force out Trans and the res here. This is very good for the side of Glock here, as they just have all the space, especially with the Valk online for Jepic.
Yeah, and Chengdu doesn't get out of that without using any ults. They use the Sigma ult and the Zen ult and still fall. Obviously, the side of Glock use ults as well, but that just seemed like a really one-sided fight for Glock there, getting the initial picks and then just not letting Chengdu have any room to breathe.
Oh yeah, that was perfect from the engage on the side of Glock there. Stabilizing after Flux, not even needing to use the Transcendence there. And Pascal, he can elect to use it whenever he wants. And Nova is electing to use his Flux right now on the backline. It's only going to find OP, but that's going to be exactly what they need here. And that's going to be already the pick, and that's going to force him out for the time being, I believe.
This is what you usually would see on this map in Double Shield. You try to hold in the window. It depends on where the card is, obviously, but if you just stuff them on that bridge, that's the only way they have a cross. And if you use an ultimate like they did there, get a pick, they're just forced to back up instantly, and that buys you easily a fight.
Yeah, I feel like going first in the composition that both teams are running is very important, and Joshua is going to do just that with the early minefield onto the bridge, you know. It's not the best mines, because they can simply just walk around it here, especially with Zera finding Pascal, which he did have the trans. You gotta wonder why he didn't elect to use it.
He knew that he was going to get rezzed by Jepic.
Oh, but Zera knew that he could pick off Jepic here, and now this should be in favor of Chengdu, finally. They gotta get some pressure on the point, though, and that's exactly what Zera's gonna do here.
Yeah, it seems that it's going to end up with a fight, a very late fight on this second point. Matthew mines off the area, marking it for us.
Interesting minefield. Not really sure why it was used so early there, but Glacial will find his own pick on the 0 with the pulse bomb, very clean. And Jazza with the bob in the back line, just to buy some time, so did Bun. Glacial goes into the mines, so I guess they did work out in the end. But Pascal, he has this trans, and I'm just wondering when he's going to pop it. But I guess they don't even need to, as both Adam and Matthew fall here, and Jazz are finding pick for pick. And that's going to be perfect. 3! We can get the 4th. Get him in the 4th. Yep, that's the 4th.
I think in that fight, I would have liked to see Chengdu push up a little more. They had Jepic down, kind of stuff Glock at least back further so they didn't have the space to work with and make Glock come to them, but instead they kind of play back, play a little more passive, let Glock take their own space back, and then, they're on the defense again instead of having to push in to try to contest the point.
Yeah, and going along with that thought, I just gotta say one thing. Opie has built up a flux again, and this could be the second flux where Pascal does not even need to use his trans. Just so patient with his transcendence, looking for the perfect opportunity for it. And I think this is going to be the... Oh, no! He gets picked by Bun! Right as I say that, Jepic being forced out with his ult of his own here. And now Pascal, will he finally use it? Yes. Right out of the Transcendence, he goes. And Zero, with the pick on the Jepic in Valk form, the DPS are popping off for the side of Chengdu. And with the Bob the Stabilizer, I don't even think it's going to be enough, as both support ults were online for Chengdu at that current moment.
Yeah, I think that we're going to have a contest here from Joshua. Looks like they're actually going to try to contest this. They will be losing it, though. Just have Glacial and Joshua trying to get a little more time off the clock.
Their res on a Genie should lock that up there.
Yeah, Pascal has been very patient with his trances. That one, obviously, I think that was very unlucky that he just gets headshot by Bun, but he has been using them in the right moments, which I think is very good as a Zen player. Like, sometimes you think, like with trans, with Immortality Field, with Beat Drop, when you're playing against a Sigma, you need to use it. But Pascal has been very, very good at judging when he needs to use his trans and when he doesn't, to be able to save it for the right times.
Yeah, speaking of right time, Nova thinks his right time is now with the Flux, getting both in the back line. Bun and Adam are just so low, and the follow-up minefield is exactly what they needed to win this fight.
Yeah, we just see the early Flux coming out, kind of forcing Chengdu to react instead of Chengdu forcing the other team to react. They don't have the Transcendence online, they don't have anything to really counter it, and that's the time when you push in and punish the Flux, because if the other team has Trance, you kind of stay back, see if it forces Trance. That's kind of what you want to do with your Flux. But if you know the other team doesn't have it, which is a credit to the ult tracking of the Glock, you just kind of go in. You know that they have nothing to deal with it.
Yeah, like I said, it's all about going first. If you can get the first engage with like a ball slam, a flux, a pulse bomb, it's exactly what you need. And as I say that, Bun will find the opener on the Nova with the minefield on the card here. Genie is going to just drop so low because of the damage boosted dynamite and just picks being traded out here. But Jepic's Valk should be enough to stabilize this objective here. Genie does have something to say about it though with the pick on the Pascal, but Chazza with another multi-kill, just getting so much damage in with the damage boost pocket.
I just want to say really quick, this is a really, really good match to watch if you like snipers. You have Bun on the Ashe, you have Jazza on the Ashe, and then you have Pascal on the Zen and Genie on the Zen. Zenyatta is not a sniper, but they're making him look like a sniper.
That is very true. Both Ashes just getting so much value, and the Zenyatta's on both sides as well. Just so much damage being outputted this match. And it's really all up to the supports to stabilize it here. And the tanks, it's all about them taking as little damage as they can. You know, as Ball, you want to get those heavy engages. You want to take the damage, but taking too much damage could result in your death, obviously. It's kind of a forehead, but you want to make sure that you engage in a way that you know you're not going to get picked off. And honestly, I think both Balls have done a very good job of that so far.
And another thing that is very good about this match is that you're seeing a lot of people getting the first pick. Like, you're seeing Jazza get it, you're seeing Glacial get it, you're seeing Joshua, you're seeing Matthew. Not really the Sigmas as much. You wouldn't expect it unless they're using Flux. You're also seeing Genie, Zira, Bun. You're seeing everybody except for the Sigmas and the Mercies who you wouldn't expect to get a first pick. It's kind of bad if they're getting the first pick.
Yeah, honestly, just both teams just trading so much this match, and honestly, it's been a treat to watch. No real one-sider here on this map of Rialto. Just both teams brawling it out here. And once again, the mirror composition's out for both teams.
Yeah, I think once Chengdu settled into playing this kind of comp instead of you saw them experimenting a lot in the first half of the second map, but now they're kind of set on this comp and it looks like it's really paying off for them.
Yeah, honestly, but Pascal already super low, courtesy of the damage coming out from Bun. And early objective progress from the teams. Joshua, look at his HP. He's on 33, and he might just get taken down here in the backline. No, he will get the Mega, but Zira with the opener on the Glacial. Very nice one clip from the side of Chengdu's Tracer here.
Yeah, and with Joshua being so low, that's kind of the go button for Chengdu Chads. They took out the Tracer as well. They take a little bit of space because they can't really get punished for it.
Yeah, the DPS for Chengdu are already proving their worth on his defense here as Bun will force out the res, and Zira in the backline taking out Nova here. Just so much damage, and Zira, look, he already has his pulse bomb compared to Glacial being 33% to his. There's a very nice hold already here for the side of Chengdu.
Yeah, Jazza does take out the Mercy, which is going to let them come into this pretty fast. Joshua's back up to almost full health. He's back in the fight. Glacial takes out Opie, and it looks like the pick onto the Mercy just denied them all of the healing that they so very much needed. Matthew had to exit the fight at low health, and that just caused his team to get picked off one by one.
Yeah, I mean, once you lose the Mercy and only having Zen heals online, it's not ideal at all for the defensive side, especially here. And now, early point progress so quickly getting into this objective here, and Pascal having the Transcendence, not even going to be needing to use it there as Zira whiffs his Pulse Bomb, and Nova taking out Opie. This might just be the pick that they needed to get this objective without even having to use any ults whatsoever.
Yeah, it's just another situation where the Chads, like the Mercy gets picked off and they lose that fight, and then the Glock do a good job of taking the space, making the Chads come to them, so the Chads have to push in. They have to be very quick about it because the point is about to be pushed in, which causes Opie to get killed because his team isn't necessarily in the positions to help him the best they can.
Yeah, I mean, and just look, not even having to use any ults will help them perfectly on the side of Glock. 6 ults on board. We have to see how they use them here. They do not want to waste them all at once.
Yeah, and if you're on the side of the Chads, you want to hope that you can get some early picks.
And that's not going to happen. Unless this minefield can get some work here on the stairwell. Oh, interesting trans coming out to force out the minefield. I guess it's worth. And as I say, you don't want to use all your ults. They kind of do. I mean, it's not the worst. They're winning the fight here, but how many is that? 5? Yeah, 5 used compared to only using 3 on the side of Chads.
Yeah, I think that, like, obviously I said they don't want to get the early picks and they get picked off early, but they did a very good job of forcing out as many ultimates as they could from the side of the Glock, where I think that Chads, as long as they come in here, push the aggression, act first, I think they can win this fight and get a very good hold on second.
Yeah, this is a must-win fight for the side of Chengdu. They have to win this right here, right now, and Opie knows that with his flux onto the high ground. Not finding much value, though, and that's going to be Bob coming into the backline. Will be taken out there, but taking so much damage out and heals, and that's just going to allow pick after pick to be oh my gosh. This is terrible for the side of Chengdu. That is not what you needed, especially with using your Transcendence.
Yeah, I think that Opie, he might have actually been listening and he might have heard me wrong. I meant to be aggressive, but not too aggressive. He uses his flux in a place that nobody can get to it, and the Glock can just sit there, take it, and then not have to use anything for it, and that's one ultimate down.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, as Zira's taken down, that now that Joshua has the mines online and Genie doesn't have the trans, that could just be the win button here, and I think he knows that right here. Minefield into the backline, slams into 3. Will Genie be taken down? No, but it will be Bun taken down, and the backline slam engage will be perfect from the side of Glock here, and alone on point is Opie, and I don't think anybody else can touch. That's the 3-0 lead coming out from the side of San Francisco Glock, and like I said, that minefield engage is just what they needed.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that. The trance being used by Genie at the end there, well, at the end of the second to last fight, was really the nail in the coffin, because from his perspective, that could have been the turning point for the fight, but as he used it, I think 2 or 3 people on his team died. Just really ill-advised timing for that ultimate.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta wonder what could have happened if they had the trans online there, but now that we know that Joshua knew that they didn't have it and just went super aggro in the backline with the Transcendence. And I think we are going to now go to a bit of a break here entering into the map 4, which could potentially be the final map as the lead goes to 3-0 for the side of Glock.
Yeah.
All right, a very, very quick break here. And now we're going to be seeing the 4th map go into the way of Hanamura, going back to Japan here. And now we have a bit of a swap coming in. We have Thrifty Grain, aka Ducky, in for Opie Opioid. Now, I can't really see why the swap is necessarily, like, needed, other than maybe they just want to give Ducky some playing time. Because obviously I don't think Opie was playing bad, and I don't think they're swapping him in because, hey, Opie, you suck. We're subbing you out. I don't think it's one of those swaps. I think it's just mainly like, hey, let's get Ducky some playtime here. This might be our last map, you know, why not, type of thing.
Yeah, I think that it also could just be a situation of the Chads are sitting back wondering what they can do, like what they're doing wrong, and thinking, hey, this is our last map of the season, let's throw him in, see if we can change the outcome, as well as playtime, giving him playtime.
Yeah, and I think that's what Bun's going to be trying to do on the Bastion here, just trying to get some opening picks potentially. But on the side of Glock, you know, the classic, looking like the normal ball sig composition, will be coming out with the Echo instead of the Tracer, but pretty standard stuff here. Just looking to do what they've been doing all of the game, which is just get so much pick potential with their comp, and they're playing it very well.
Yeah, and I mean, Chengdu's going back to their roots. Well, I wouldn't say it's their roots, but they kind of started out with this. We are going to be having a pause here, so we can see right when the map starts, we can see their comps.
Yeah, and we actually have to pause here because Nova is a bit of away from keyboard, so unless they wanted to 5v6 this, I don't think they would want to go into it. So that's why the pause is going to come out here.
Yeah, I was wondering why he was rolling out with the question mark hero, you know. Usually you don't like to see that one in your comp games.
You never want to lock the question mark hero. So, but it looks like we're going to probably be restarting the map just because, you know, it kind of sucked to have it at 5v6 to start. But
yeah, especially on the defense. If they were on the offense, obviously it wouldn't matter too much, but this is going to cut off time for the Chads attack, or it's going to be almost a free point for the Chads.
Yeah, I mean, it depends, though. I mean, I don't think a 5v6 is definitely favorable, so that would probably result in a victory, which is why we're, for the Chads, which is why we're going to restart the map here. I can't imagine any any comp swaps would happen, so probably just the same stuff we saw, just a little bit of a delay.
Speaking of 5v6, actually, that if there's any team that could win a fight or two, or maybe even a map 5v6, I'd say it's the Glock, the first match of the season, they played 5v6, and they took some fights, took some points, looked like they could have taken a map.
Yeah, exactly. They are the kings of the 5v6, as seen evidently by the first game of the season, I think was maybe first, maybe second around that time. But yeah, same stuff, same comps going to be coming up from both teams here as I expected. So just going to be interesting to see if Thrifty Green is the answer to come back here, or they will still continue to be shut out here in this series.
Yeah, and what I was saying about the comp swap for Chengdu is they're kind of going back to the double shield that they were trying on Hollywood, and also they're steering away from the Zen, it looks like. So they might just be trying to, instead of taking the Zen versus Zen, they're going to try to have the sustain, have the brawl, kind of try to walk into Nova instead of having to outpoke the other team, which, while at times it looks like they can, maybe they want to try this and see if this is better for them.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily disagree with that, honestly. I think it's not the worst, Swap out the Zen for a Brig and just try to look for as much sustain, or sorry, not sustain, as much brawl you can, and especially to negate Joshua on the Wrecking Ball that he's been finding so much value with. Already on the left side looking to roll through, and look at that, so much ult charge coming online, and it's going to force the Immortality field out. Already 30 ult charge just from that one engage alone. And into the back gun he goes, Tilt is fine too. Why not? The damage boost Dynamite will be the result of that. I mean, will die for that, but it won't matter.
Jazz and Joshua are just on the same page on this map. You see right at the starting, the roll through, the Dynamite forces out the Immortality field. Both supports are low. Joshua comes from the top ropes and pile drives and kills both supports. Great teamwork.
Yeah, now both of them already so close to their ultimates here already. Only a minute in, and both of them just completely dominating the side of Chengdu, and they're going to look to do it once again here in the slam into the backline. It's just going to work perfectly. Chengdu is just at a loss for words here. The Immortality field did not come out in time, and that's going to be a complete team wipe right there.
Locker just playing this defense perfectly right now, especially against the comp that Chengdu is coming out with. And I was about to say I think they should try to swap things up because they are just asking for the pile drive and Dynamite combos.
Yeah, and now, just look at the ults. Pretty much 6 going to be online courtesy of all these combos here. Unless Genie can find great value with the window, it's just going to be more of a stomp here, I think. Matthew already discorded, dropping down super low. He's going to be forced out early here, and that's going to be the window coming out. But it's not going to matter. It's going to be completely negated by Joshua using his minefield, locking it up for the time being. And that's going to pretty much wipe out the tanks on the right side here. Pascal just trying to make sure things stay stable. A lot of things coming online for the side of Glock, which I don't necessarily know if was necessary.
I'd agree with you on that. I thought that the fight was pretty much over, and then 2 more ults come out. I think they did not need to do that, but I mean, it might have been for style points. It might have been a, decision. Oh, they thought that something else was happening. They thought that they needed to use them, but they still have more ults online than Chengdu has, so.
Yeah, it's going to be up to the DPS, I think, for the side of Chengdu, just to get some potential picks here. They both have their ultimates online. So do the side of Glock's DPS, but Jazza doing exactly what I said, taking down Genie. But Zira on the top ropes will copy Mercy. Classic Zira, copying anything but what he wants. He will have the Valk, though. Maybe could get a res, potentially, but it won't even matter. Just the Bob in the backline finding so much damage. And unless Bob for the side of Bun can get some value, I don't think it's going to matter here. Jeff can just res it up.
See, pocket pick. Zira's really just trying to show his flexibility. The DPS are just taking everything out, though. It looked like it could have been winnable for the Chads. If Zira had copied, I think he was trying to copy the Ashe, which might have been not the greatest copy either, but I think it would have been better than Mercy. But again, sometimes it's hard with the sensitivity with that kind of stuff. And I mean, he got the res off, he got the Valk, so he did as much as he could on the Mercy swap. So hats off to him for that.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was more of a desperation copy. Just like, oh crap, I'm about to die. I need to swap to something. And fortunately got the Mercy. But now the tank ults will be online for Chengdu. So if there's anything positive from their attack, it's that. Joshua will have his minefield very, very soon. And Glacial, having not used the copy yet, could use it here. And now look, the Flux is online, but who's it on? It's on Pascal in the Mega. That's not going to find any value. Matthew mining off the right side of the point there. That's not going to completely deny it, though, especially with Joshua getting both supports in the backline. That's no heals available for the side of Chengdu. And we're looking at a full hold, no ticks here, as Joshua just finds 4 on the objective.
Yeah, Joshua finding 4, Glacial finding 1, and Bun finding himself, I think, with the Dynamite, and that's just a textbook defense by the side of the Glock.
Yeah. Don't think that is what you want to come back into a 3-0 deficit, but I mean, there's always the opportunity for a draw, right, Corey?
Yeah, if there is a draw, we could see the series go to 8 maps, I think. So
I would love
that
to
could
see
be a treat.
Yeah, something tells me that might not happen though. It's been a completely one-sided affair on this map in particular. Not in the whole series. I can't discredit Chads. They definitely put up a fight for sure, but I don't think they have on this map though. And we're going to be seeing what they want to run here on the defense. Are they going to give up, or are they going to try hard for the last little bit?
I think they are going to try on this because, this is the if this was another match where, hey, we're going to lose this match, let's just have some fun. But this is the grand finals. Even if sometimes these matches have been a little bit, off-rolling a little bit, kind of messing around, not really trying, this is the last map, potentially, of the last game of the Expert season. So I'm expecting them to try their hardest here. Glock, on the other hand, they're up 3-0, they just full held. I think they're trying to have a little bit of fun now.
Yeah, now the classic Sim TP comp will be coming out. It's honestly, what you expect. You only need one tick, and it's not exactly always expected. If they can catch the side of Chads off guard, it'd be a perfect swap, and that's what we're going to be seeing here. The classic going all around with the right side. It's all up to the scouting to see if they have it, and I think they're going to realize it by now.
Glacial looking to end the way he started on May. Get to the point. Okay, they do touch.
It's all up to Zero on the back of the point, and he's already dead, so they didn't find it exactly in time, and unless Adam can get this res off, which he does, I don't think it's going to matter. And I think that's going to be all she wrote, folks. That's going to be a 4-0 grand final sweep as San Francisco Glock are your Season 3 Expert Division champions for League 0.
Yeah, and, you could be hoping for a closer finals, but 3 of the maps were very close. Well, not very close, but they were a lot closer than a 4-0 score entails. And then, Joshua said it best. You took the Hanamura hotshots to Hanamura, and you learned what happens.
Yeah, honestly, I can't exactly fault Chengdu. They put up a great fight in the end. Opie with a nice parting message. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this series. Once again, I've been Client, and I'm joined by Corey.
Hey, we still got to talk to them.
Oh, right. Well, honestly,
slow your roll here.
I want to interview Nova. Let's interview Nova. All right, I want to interview Nova.
I think it's been a trend with the other ones. Should we just get the whole team in here? Make it a party?
Sure, get the whole team in here. Kind of forgot about the whole interview thing. Sorry, it's been a while.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
No, I'm good. All right.
Is that everybody?
I think so.
A bit too aggro, but
Off there.
thanks.
What's up?
I think they can talk.
What is up, San Francisco Glock, aka the champions of the Expert Division? Let's go, guys. Congratulations on your 4-0 victory. Now, I got to know the consensus. How are you guys feeling?
We made trials. So
We made trials.
I'm so happy. I'm finally out of tier 4.
True.
Yeah, it's a big win for us,
Congratulations on the grind. The hard work paid off. All the scrims, all the hard.
Yeah, I know, dude.
We dropped the ego, focused on the grind.
Yeah, shout out to our coach, Nova.
Shout out to our manager, Hamop.
Hamop the GOAT. I do know who that is, and I do want to shout out Hamop. I want to shout out Astra, just all of the HH for making
it. Northern.
Silver Star.
What about
Northern.
Fancy, our mental health coach?
Astra.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone.
Lake.
We were 2-8. What
we're not
were
shouting
we?
out
Like
that guy.
Wait,
Oh,
what
no,
were we
no.
last season? We were like 2-8, right? Or something like that?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yep.
I don't
Now we're
really
champions.
have too many questions other than how does it feel? It's pretty much a redemption arc for most of you guys. You know, you came into the season 2, not all known players. You know, we have Joshua, Glacial, Pascal coming in, a bit of the underdogs on Hanamura Hotshots. You know, had a few bit of success, but not obviously what you wanted coming into your first season. But now was your time to shine. You guys won expert in dominant fashion. So I got to know, how does it feel to go from sort of 0 to hero here?
What's a 0?
I don't know. I mean,
Club just downloaded
yeah. I mean, it was kind of cool. They picked Hanamura at the end, but it was also kind of stupid because we full held.
That's our best map. We've never lost that map in scrims. Really?
Literally Hanamura.
Yeah, like seriously. You don't lose that.
There's a lot of maps that we haven't lost in scrims, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like Paris and Horizon.
That's just because we're good, though. But that's just because we're good.
No, but in all fairness, the match was very fun. I had fun. No hard feelings to anyone.
Me too.
I don't know. I guess it has its hard stuck second place or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
They are cursed. I'm glad I'm not on that team.
All right, so I'd actually like to ask Jepic, how does it feel to be a 2-time champion?
I didn't really deserve last season's win, so I'm just glad I actually played on the team that won.
Does Jepic have the champion role? Oh shit, he is.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
he's
the
manager.
Wait, we get the role now.
Well, no, I was a player.
Yeah, he was a player, guys.
I was a player.
2-time.
Actual Force and CD. I'm at Ultra. Be like your title's mine. Hold on.
All right. Well, you have any other questions, Corey? Because if I'm honest, I don't have any more.
I'd like to ask, because I've heard many things. I'd like to set the record straight. Did you guys scrim for this game?
No.
No.
We scrimmed the last game, though.
We
Scrimmed once.
All right. Well,
But we didn't really scrim for a game. We just kind of scrimmed to have fun.
the information from certain people was wrong. Then GG.
Who said what? Who said what?
Did Zero really think we were gonna scrim?
It was Ham Up DM me. He was like,
oh, of course, our manager, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
He was like, we've been working really hard, so you better cast a good game.
I
We
mean,
had a lot of
dude,
scrims.
put some respect on Hamup's name, okay? He was the one that found us the shock scrim, okay? Like, he was the one that got in contact with Krusty, showed him the VODs of our Love Muffin game, you know? Like, seriously. Hamup's the best manager.
That's true.
Yeah, and he got me off of Hanamura, and I won because of it. So GG.
Exactly. He's the best manager, you know?
Well, I think that'll be it. Thank you guys for coming out and putting on a show for us and all the 20 viewers watching.
Glocks out.
Bro,
Glock
20 is generous.
Hey, there was more than that, guys.
Hashtag Cox out.
You know, 2020 is a wild year when Hanamura are the League Zero champions.
Yeah.
Hey, if you stayed, instead of winning last season, you would have won this season.
True.
I mean, you guys showed out there that you are not the team to be messed with. You guys won 4-0, pretty dominant. There were some close maps, but you guys definitely deserved it, so congratulations.
Thank you. All right, that's going to do it for us.
That was not congratulations.
Wait, did Geometric lose?
Yeah.
It's 4-3.
Oh my god.
They're what's it called? The MVP let you down.
Dude, I even gave him my luck. Like, what more do you need?
Because they didn't have the K-pop diff. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of
that's
fair.
true.
Quite frankly.
I just listened to K-pop the whole time. Literally the whole time. I've been looping the same song.
Still
and
am.
it worked. Yeah, I still am right now. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think we should wrap this up. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for a good season of Expert. There were some ups, there were some downs, but I mean, in the end, the San Francisco Glock are your champions. I've been Ono Potato, my partner client. Thanks for watching.
I'll be back next season with the best team in Novice. Mark my word.